Cops get there, and Christine is found covered in blood in the bedroom, naked, with her pajamas cut right next to her. Hey everyone,
What's up?
I feel like I haven't given a cancer update in a minute. I don't remember, but my last round.
That's Rebecca.
Just kidding. Yeah,
Y'all know that.
Y'all know that. Well, if y'all are new here, I have cancer going through chemo. Well, I don't have cancer anymore. They got it all out, but I'm going through chemo. And my last,
I guess that's true.
I know. I keep pulling the cancer card to you, but in reality, you could, in retaliation, say you don't have cancer anymore.
Oh, okay. But are we sure about that?
Yeah, I got a full PET scan. The cancer's nowhere. They got out of my lump. I'm doing chemo and radiation.
Right.
Yeah.
Do they do it again after chemo and radiation?
Do what again?
The PET
scan? No.
Why would they? But I guess I didn't think about that because they already cut the tumor out. Yeah. That's already happened.
When they thought it was mastitis, they didn't even know it. They were doing a lumpectomy for cancer.
You know.
No, but they're not going to double check. They're not going to do a PET scan again because what cancer is going to form during chemo and radiation? That's crazy.
Okay.
That's just to make sure it doesn't grow back. So my last round of the bad medicine, what they call the red devil, is Wednesday. And then I go to a weekly treatment of Taxol, which apparently isn't as bad. Mm-hmm. Although the side effects are the exact same things, like nausea, hair loss, vomiting. I'm like, okay, well, sounds like it's the exact same. But given that it's weekly, they said it's not as bad as.
I've heard that. Mm-hmm.
And then radiation for about 3 weeks because I didn't have my titties removed, so I have to do radiation.
Right, because it's not genetic. That was
I did
part
the
of the
genetic
reason.
testing, and it's not in my family, so they saw no reason for a double mastectomy. We don't know why this happened, which has post-cancer anxiety written all over it, but I'll deal with that with my therapist, so don't worry about that.
That's right. Good. And then are you doing radiation? Someone else asked me this. I didn't know if you decided. Are you taking a month off before radiation?
Oh, that's going to be their call. They say typically they do. They give you a month to kind of rest and recover from chemo before doing it. If it were up to me, I'd be like, let's just keep going.
Let's just
come on,
get it over with.
21 rounds of radiation. Let's do it. It's daily for 3 weeks. So let's just go.
But we're just going to let them decide.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
If they say take a month off, you'll rest and recover, but then we'll have a fun month.
Oh my God.
Where you don't have to go to the doctor all the time. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
And there seems to be an update on cold capping, which is a new technology where you wear this cold ass thing on your head during chemo and it keeps your hair from falling out, but
freezes the follicles. But however, they said I would shed. It's not 100%. You'll keep all hair. You'll shed some. But God, I'm shedding a lot. I feel like they didn't do it right the last round.
She kept saying that. You said something. It feels different.
Something feels not right here. But I've been shedding a lot. I don't know how much more I can stand of this. Plus, you can't shower. You can't wash your hair. More than twice a week. It's just kind of a pain. So I might just shave it. Who knows? We'll see.
We'll see.
I don't know. I'm really cold capping for my kids. I just don't want them to, be scared of me. But
stop.
Oh no, I can't.
That wig rocks.
I'm
telling you, it looks exactly like your hair.
Yeah,
just fuller.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Today, on to more exciting things.
Is it?
Well, not exciting. On to more tragic things, honestly.
Right.
Today, I'm going to tell you about Christine Banfield. Yeah. You don't.
Okay.
Your face tells me no, you have not heard of this. Okay.
I don't know it.
Sources: New York Times, Washington Post, People Magazine, NBC, Fairfax Times.
Okay, I've got to know this one.
Fox 5 DC, The Independent, Court TV, Fairfax County Circuit Court Records, DC News Now.
Shut up. No, y'all, she's lying.
I'm just naming.
She's just naming,
news stations. And I'm just reading them off. WUSA 9 and W Top, I think, News. W Top News or WTOP, but I think it's W Top.
No, it's
top
probably
news.
WTOP. I'm sure it's affiliated.
It's DC's top news station.
Okay.
Whatever. Local news.
It's an affiliate of a bigger news.
Sure.
So they usually do a WTOP, whatever. But it's top. Do it.
I don't know, dude. I looked at it because I was like, is it WTOP? I'm guessing. But then it was like DC topnews.com. And so I was like, okay, maybe it's W top. I don't know. Top news.
Yeah, go ahead. Whatever. Wow.
On the morning of February 2023, Juliana Peres Magalhães was working as an au pair for Christine and Brendan Banfield and was getting ready to take their 4-year-old daughter, Valerie, out for the day. She's originally from Brazil and had only been in the U.S. for about a year and a half at this point. So,
okay. Are they in D.C.? Is that what you said?
Yikes. They're in Herndon, Virginia.
Okay.
So, yeah, yikes for this poor girl.
Wait, why yikes?
Because she's only been in the U.S. for a year and a half. First time in the U.S., a year and a half, this happens. I'm telling you about it right now. Wow, yikes.
Sorry.
So yeah, Christine and Brendan Banfield lived in Herndon, Virginia, which is a suburb of DC. So on this particular day, Juliana was taking Valerie to the National Zoo. She left the Banfields around 7 a.m., but on the way, she realized that she left their packed lunches in the fridge. So she turned around, and when she got there, she saw a car she didn't know parked in the driveway. So she kind of lingers on the street and waits for a second, and the man gets out holding a bag, and he walks straight inside the front door. He was a younger guy. She had never seen him before, but he was a younger guy, dark hair, but it was a shaved head. And since she'd never seen him before, she's not going in after him, especially with Valerie in the car. No way.
Yeah.
When she left, Christine was still asleep. So Juliana calls her cell phone, calls Christine's cell phone, but she doesn't answer. So she calls Brendan, who already left for work. And by the by, he works as a criminal investigator for the IRS. So
nice.
Yeah, I know. So at the time, I'm sure he was neck deep in the Jax Taylor case.
Damn it.
I knew that's why you were giggling, and I already made note to pull out a Jax Taylor joke because I knew it would get you. I knew you would break.
Is he on the Jax Taylor case? Was going to be my question.
Neck deep.
Neck deep. He's in his office sweating. He has his tie undone. It's all the way loose. He has the first 3 buttons undone. He's dripping sweat. He's crying.
Every time anyone walks into his office, it's a jump scare because he's just so in it.
You cannot believe the mess this guy left. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So he's stressed, needless to say.
Oh, thank you for that.
Okay, so he is a special agent for the IRS, and that's pretty gnarly. And when Juliana called him, he tried calling Christine, but again, no answer. So he jumps in the car and immediately heads back home. Or I think he may have been on his way to work. He wasn't quite there yet. Regardless, he turns around. He's back home.
Mm-hmm.
He enters through the basement, service weapon drawn, and he starts yelling police to scare the guy who he assumed was robbing him. But he hears nothing. So he makes his way to the first floor, and he hears a struggle coming from their bedroom.
Oh my God.
So he rushes in, and this guy is on top of Christine, actively and violently stabbing her in the neck.
Whoa.
So Brendan yells at him to drop the knife, but the man just keeps going. So after a millisecond of not doing what he's told, Brendan Banfield shoots one bullet right into his head, and he falls to the side.
Holy shit.
I know. Now, at this point, Juliana had crept inside through the basement to kind of wait and see what she could hear. And the worst part, which such bad judgment, is that she brought Valerie with her.
What? No.
I do not know why. I guess she didn't want to leave her in the car, but my God, just crack a window and leave her in the car. I don't know why. So when Juliana heard drop the knife, she instinctively ran upstairs and locked the child gate so Valerie couldn't even get up the stairs if she wanted to. And by the time she made it to the first floor, shots were fired, and all she can hear now is 2 people moaning. And this is all where it kind of gets confusing, which I imagine is because of all the commotion. But Juliana goes upstairs to see Christine and this unknown man covered in blood. And the man is holding a knife and still moving on the ground and trying to get up. So Brendan yelled at Juliana to grab his Glock from their safe. And she does so. And seeing this man about to get up, she pulls the trigger and shoots him again.
What?
I don't know why Brendan instructed her to do that. This is where it's like I don't know what happened. This all took place in literally minutes. I don't know why he instructed her to go get the Glock since he clearly had a service weapon, but maybe he dropped it. He was trying to like resuscitate Christine. I don't know. So that's where it's like a little, what happened? Whatever. But it's chaos. And Juliana later said she shot him for fear that he was going to continue stabbing Christine, her employer. So she shoots him again, and Brendan yells at her to call 911. The man was pronounced dead at the scene, and despite their best efforts, Christine died shortly after at the hospital.
Oh, no.
I know. So what the hell? Who was that guy? Brendan had never seen him before. No one knows who he is. So what's happening here? We'll get to that. But first, let's talk about Christine. 37-year-old Christine Banfield grew up on Long Island and graduated from
Here we go.
Quinnipiac University in Connecticut.
Okay. Yeah.
You know it?
No.
Oh, I was like, shut the fuck up.
I was just trying to give you some positive reinforcement.
Thank you. Build my confidence.
Sure.
Quinnipiac? Yeah. University in Connecticut in 2007 with a nursing degree. I'm not sure how her and Brendan met. He graduated from St. Joseph's University in Long Island. So maybe since she's from there, there's a connection there.
Yeah.
But he started a children's math tutoring center in New York, and Christine worked at the Children's Hospital. They got married in 2015 and had their daughter Valerie in 2019. And around that time, Brendan started working as a special agent. So they packed up their little family and moved from New York to Fairfax County, Virginia, which again is a nice suburb outside DC. Homes are upwards of $1 million. So they're in a comfortable spot. Christine started working as an intensive care nurse, and according to several people, she went above and beyond, especially during the pandemic. Rodrigo Valderrama was one of her patients, and he had a very bad case of COVID. He was actually in a coma for several weeks. And when he woke up, he said Christine was there with a laptop ready for him to have a Zoom call with his family. And she even shaved him so he would look very nice for them. Oh, no.
Oh, that's very nice.
It's
sweet. What a time.
What a time. And it just reminded me of the Nicholas Alaverdian case when he said that his nurses, when he was in a coma, sleeve tattooed him.
Sure.
Remember how nurses used to just always do that during the pandemic?
Yeah, I do. All the extra time on their hands.
All the extra time they had with those empty hospitals.
Yeah, what else were they going to do with all that tattoo equipment? Taking up corner in the room and the ER,
all their art classes to really get it. It's crazy. What else were they going to do?
So that makes sense.
Right. Another example Rodrigo gave was when Brendan and Christine decided to hire an au pair. Christine reached out to Rodrigo for restaurant recommendations in DC since he was also from South America, and she wanted Juliana to feel at home and as comfortable as possible. It's just love. She seemed lovely.
I'm glad he came out. I'm glad he came out on top.
Yeah,
he kept in touch. Okay.
Oh, yeah, they did. He said that she had such an impact on his recovery and his life that they stayed in touch well after the pandemic. In fact, he asked, Christine asked him about the DC restaurants at his kid's birthday party. So they really stayed in touch.
Okay.
Yeah. So the fact that someone would want to kill her and in such a gruesome way was baffling to everyone. So here we are at the crime scene. Juliana calls 911 and Brendan immediately grabs the phone and explains everything I just did. He shot an intruder. He used a service weapon, whatever. Cops get there, and Christine is found covered in blood in the bedroom, naked, with her pajamas cut right next to her. So he cut them off with a knife. Okay. But she's still alive at this point. Oh. So they rush her to the hospital, and Brendan obviously goes with her. But sadly, that's where she died shortly after at the hospital.
Yeah.
The autopsy later revealed that she was pinned down and stabbed once in the left side of her neck. So she instinctively turned her head to the other side, which obviously exposed the right side of her neck. And that's where she was stabbed repeatedly. Oh. While Brendan's at the hospital with Christine, cops are with Juliana, and there's body cam footage. And I've watched the full unedited thing, and it is so sad.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They go to the basement to get Valerie, who's blurred out, but she seems okay. She appears to have her iPad with her. She isn't even crying, or not that I can hear. So I hope she's like
Didn't
my
hear
kids.
anything.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
a screen's put in the front of their face and she like goes into zombie mode and hopefully didn't hear a damn thing.
Yeah.
Juliana scoops her up and they go outside where the officer takes Valerie to go get stickers.
Oh my
So
God.
Juliana can talk to the cops. And it's sad because obviously she's hyperventilating and English isn't her first language, obviously. So
Yeah.
trying to recap this is difficult at best. She tells them she thinks Brendan works as a policeman in the area. And they're like, do you know where he works? And she said, I think his office is in Vienna. So they like radioed that he's with Vienna, Virginia PD. So it's like misinformation already. Yeah, but it's fine. They get through it. So they go back in and they identify the man lying near Christine as, I feel like I just said Christina, didn't I? Earlier. If I said Christina earlier, I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Maybe I didn't. They identify the man lying near Christine as 39-year-old Joseph Ryan from Springfield, Virginia, which is about 25 miles south of Herndon. So cops start their investigation to see what the connection is. And they find on Christine's work computer that she was active on fetlife.com, which is a website or social media for the kink and BDSM community.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. It's quite a shocking revelation. And based on what I found, FetLife it's like Facebook. You can post in groups, you friend people, you can DM. Cops see that a few weeks before the murder, Joseph Ryan messaged Christine, and that's how they started talking.
Oh.
And according to his profile and activity, he's into cutting and knife play.
What?
It's a big shock for everyone. Brendan didn't know, no one knows. But to cops, the pieces are coming together. Because remember, I told you that he walked in the Banfields with a bag, which was found at the crime scene. And inside were restraints, sex toys, zip ties, and other, quote, fetish sex accessories, as they call it.
Oh my God. This was like a meetup.
It's like a tragic meetup. We don't know what all their messages said to each other, but there was evidence of pictures being sent back and forth. Christine had called Joseph a couple of times. And cops initially thought it was a meetup that had gotten out of hand. But if you're into BDSM, it's rare that someone is going to, and it's based on research and whatever,
and your own experience.
And my own experience. But it's rare that someone is going to get so carried away and caught up in the moment that they're just going to start stabbing their partner over and over and over and over. Like,
yeah,
this guy had to walk in knowing what he was about to do.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to look more into him, more into people he's met up with, all the things. But all that aside, again, this secret double life of Christine's shocked everyone. And again, no one had a clue. And now it's going to get into a very complicated investigation because they have a lot of avenues to go down. First of all, again, Joseph Ryan's history, his background, arrest records, whatever, warrants his devices, him and Christine's FetLife's account. So there's a lot to unpack here. And over the next several months, they're going back and forth to the Banfields to ask more questions, collect shit, whatever. So October 2023 is one of those times. They got Joseph's autopsy report back, and it was revealed that he died from the second gunshot wound, which was Juliana's.
Oh.
So they're going to the Banfields to do some follow-up questions. But when they get there, Juliana's gone.
Uh-oh.
Not just out of the house. Her room is completely empty. She's moved out.
Uh-huh.
So they walk into Brendan's bedroom, and right there on the nightstand is a framed picture of Brendan and Juliana.
Wait, hold on. Brendan's not there?
No.
They're just walking through?
Yep, they have a warrant.
They do?
They have a warrant.
Okay. I knew it.
She didn't move far. She didn't move back to Brazil. I'll tell you that.
No.
She moved right next door into the primary bedroom.
Ooh.
The closet is full of her clothes, and her lingerie is even right there on the bed.
Oh, wow.
They know all the clothes are hers because after the murder, they took several pictures of the entire house, including Juliana's bedroom, with her closet open. You can literally match the shirts from her old closet to her new one. Yeah. Specifically a Brazil soccer or football jersey, which is bright ass yellow with bright ass green trim. Uh-huh. Very noticeable. Slaps your eyeballs in the face.
My son has one.
Does he?
Yeah.
Big Brazil fan, that 5-year-old?
big any Jersey fan. That 6-year-old, actually. Thank you so much.
Sorry.
6.
You're going to demote me from godmother.
I know, for real.
And to be honest, investigators already had an inkling that there was an affair happening based on text, and now they're digging a little deeper, and here's what they found.
Oh, God.
More pictures of them out and about, including some on a trip to New York City where they're in a hot tub, and this was taken before the murders.
Oh. Well, obviously this started before the murders, but...
Oh, yeah, we'll get into a whole timeline.
Okay.
Text messages between Juliana and Brandon, and from Juliana to other people, I think back home, talking about Brendan as her new love. Quote, new love. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was discovered about 2 months before the murders. They went to a shooting range where Brendan taught Juliana how to shoot. At some point after that, Brendan returned to the same shooting range to buy a Glock 43X. That's the gun he instructed Juliana to get from the safe on the day of the murder. They also happened to both get new phones weeks prior to the murder. Mm. And here's, in my eyes, worst of all, and your eyes too. You're going to be pissed.
Oh, okay.
During one of the other times the cops went to the Banfields to whatever, update Brendan or ask another question or whatever they needed on one of those visits back to the Banfields house after the murders, one of the detectives heard Valerie call Juliana mommy.
What?
Go fuck yourself.
What?
4.5 years old. That could not have been voluntary. That's what, she's almost in kindergarten. She's old enough to miss her real mom and probably still has a million questions. That's my son's age.
Yeah.
Britton would never start calling Barrett's side piece mom only a few months after my murder or after I mysteriously vanished, whatever they fucking told her. It had to be influence or they had to straight up tell her to call Juliana mom. That is crazy. So screwed up and just infuriates me.
Yeah, I hate them both.
It's so sad. Ugh. So they're the worst. You know what? You're off the Jax Taylor case. You know, you can't handle something of that magnitude anyway. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. You're probably helping him get by without paying taxes.
Yeah, you're probably investigating. You're like, I don't see what he did wrong.
Right.
So all of this, coupled with the fact that Joseph Ryan's autopsy reveals that he was shot with Juliana's.
And he's not really on the Jax Taylor case.
No.
Doesn't that seem like a disclaimer we should probably say?
Oh, yeah, sure, I guess. But
it's just how you have to throw a legend.
No one was on Jax Taylor's case.
No, that's the problem.
That's the whole issue.
They just can't peg him down. It just seems like something, you know.
Does it? Okay.
Yes. I don't know. Not because of our listeners, like legality wise.
Oh, sure.
We shouldn't make such a strong a joke in such a firm, positive way. Mm-hmm. That's with absolute certainty.
With such conviction. Yeah.
Yeah. So there it is, Jax. There it is, Brendan. You didn't really work on that case. Whatever. We're just messing around. Maybe we'll say allegedly sometimes in here. I don't know.
Maybe.
Go on.
Yeah. So with all this, coupled with the fact that Joseph Ryan's autopsy reveals that it was her shot that killed him, it was enough to arrest Juliana for second-degree murder and charge her for use of a firearm and commission of a felony. That's actually why they went to the Banfields that day. That's why they had a warrant. They had enough to arrest her then, but no one was home, so they entered and they're like, oh shit. Her room's empty, but then they just, moseyed on over to the next room. They're like, oh, she's fucking moving in here.
But given the affair, pretend the affair never happened or they didn't even know about it. They already had ruled that was self-defense, didn't they? Or it wasn't going to be self-defense on her part anyway, because he was already laying down, obviously not a threat. That kind of stuck with me. I'm like, why is she shooting him again?
Yeah. And we will get there too. But but
they can't just all of a sudden say, oh, well, no, it's not self-defense. She's charged with murder.
With this much suspicious activity, yeah. An affair is happening.
Oh, okay.
Now she's moved into the primary bedroom.
Okay.
We're just going to really quickly at least arrest her and ask her questions about it. It's seeming less and less like self-defense to them. So they're like, we're suspicious. We have enough probable cause to get you.
God, Brendan, he set her up, didn't he, to make that fatal shot? Where's his arrest?
Okay, well, hang in there. So she's arrested, and now cops are obviously very suspicious of Brendan's involvement, but they don't have enough to arrest him yet, which to me, I think works in their favor. Fine. Arrest the weaker of the two.
Sure.
While you build your case against who you think is the mastermind. So during the months after Juliana's arrest, Brendan continued living in his house, taking care of Valerie. His mom actually moved in to help take care of Valerie, and he continued dating Juliana. And the more cops listened to their jailhouse conversations, the more they saw cracks in their relationship starting to form, which is exactly what you want in a murder investigation.
Oh, yeah.
So they just sat back and watched and let nature take its course. During one of the calls, investigators heard her say to him, "I hope you're not just staying with me because you're afraid I'm going to turn against you." And he immediately shut that shit down. So investigators were like, damn, okay, well, let's just tap everyone's phone. So they're listening to everything, including Brendan's mother's phone call.
Oh.
And on that phone, he had a conversation with, who he had a conversation with is unclear. I imagine he started getting suspicious that they're looking into him, so he's just using his mom's phone or what, I don't know.
Yeah.
But he expressed concern that Juliana couldn't keep her goddamn mouth shut during her calls from jail. They were finally able to arrest him when they searched his home, and they found documents that Brendan was learning Portuguese and had booked a flight for him and Juliana back to Brazil for the very October that she got arrested. So clearly they never got to go, but that's enough proof that he's a flight risk. So they go ahead and get him too. And he's charged with 4 counts of aggravated murder plus 1 count of use of a firearm and commission of a felony.
Wait, 4 counts?
You'll see.
Oh, God.
About 2 weeks after his arrest, Juliana strikes the lottery of plea deals.
Damn it.
And agreed to testify against Brendan in exchange for a downgraded charge of manslaughter, and the weapons charge dropped completely. So she's going from second-degree murder to manslaughter.
Yeah, crazy.
She agreed to record this confession as part of her plea deal. So, according to Juliana and prosecutors, here's what actually happened leading up to the murders. They hired Juliana in October 2021, and by August 2022, they're having an affair. And Brendan claimed that he was, quote, in love with her, using the biggest air quotes because what horseshit.
Yeah. How old is she again? I'm sorry.
22.
Okay.
He's 38.
Right.
Only weeks later, she said he started having dark thoughts to get rid of Christine. Honestly, those thoughts probably started well before Juliana, but he needs an accomplice to pull this off. So,
oh, God.
You're not a girlfriend. You're a con. Sorry.
Yeah, you are.
Juliana said she asked him if he was going to divorce Christine, and he apparently told her, "Nah, that's not what I'm thinking about," and implied of a more permanent way to get her out of the picture. And instead of being like, "Oh,
no.
Americans are weird, I'm out of here,"
she
stuck
idea.
around.
Yeah.
She stuck around and fed into it.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, I guess she thought she was in love with him, but come on.
God.
Get the fuck out of there while you can. According to Juliana, Brendan spent months masterminding this plan, and weeks before the murder, he took Christine's work computer and created an account on FetLife.com and started catfishing poor Joseph Ryan.
Stop it.
Yes. Innocent.
Oh my God.
Victim.
Oh, no.
He told Juliana he needed to lure someone to the house to stage a self-defense scenario. And Joe was the very innocent bystander who happened to friend or connect, whatever you do, with Christine on FetLife first. On top of that, he was into, or at least willing to participate in more violent scenarios.
Okay.
So let me pause here for a second. Now that y'all know that Joseph Ryan is not a monster, he's a victim. There's a few things his mom and one of his friends said in a news article. And I really tried to dig for more information on him as a person, but I can't even find his obituary. Like Google is just inundated with this entire case. And I
Yeah.
can't find anything on him. Even when I went to subreddits devoted to this case to find if anyone mentioned, like, I knew Joe and whatever, in
Yeah.
hopes to reach out to them. But the only account I found, it was deleted. And the friend in one of the articles has a unique name. So I thought I found him on Instagram, and I messaged him, but he hasn't responded. So he's probably like, what the hell are you talking about, lady? It's probably
You
the wrong guy.
slid into his DMs. Oh my
Yes.
God. And probably if it's the wrong guy. Oof,
Oh, it
he's
is
like,
he's like, what the fuck
oh
are you
my
talking about?
God.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know much about poor Joseph Ryan, except that his 39-year-old Joe Ryan was from Springfield, Virginia, like I said. And his mom said, I want people to remember Joe for the good natured, loving man he was, for the man who loved his family and loved other people. We spent countless hours on the phone. As an adult, he would call me all the time, and we spent hours talking. I can't really tell you the level of our friendship. Not everybody gets that, and I was blessed with that as a parent.
Oh my God. That
I
poor
know.
mom.
I know. She also said, Joe has never struck a woman or has never been violent with a woman. So this is ridiculous. It's so beyond ridiculous. I can't even tell you. He was socially aware. He was a kind person. And then his friend, the one that I may have reached out to, but he hasn't responded. Now I kind of think it's the wrong person. But he came out in a news article and said, while Joe was eccentric, there was no way he murdered a woman. He goes on to say that Joe was the kind of guy who took in dogs that had no chance of being adopted, and he loved the hell out of them.
Oh, that is very sweet.
It's very sweet. So that, yeah,
Did you reach out asking just like, we want to know more about him?
No, I gave my condolences. I said I saw an article. I just want to see if this is the right person. And I explained the situation. I've been trying to find more on him as a person, but Google is flooded with this case. And is there any story you can give me that goes beyond that he was a part of the BDSM community, which is not a crime at all. So I was like, was he funny? Is there any specific story I can share that,
Oh, that's nice.
So,
wow.
I know. So now we're back. Brendan and Juliana found the stranger to use as a pawn, and now they're catfishing him. And whenever they needed a woman, whether it be a voice or I assume a nude picture without a face or something, that's when Juliana would interact with Joe. She called him using an encrypted messaging app to schedule the meetup, which is only solidified Joe's confidence that this was consensual and safe encounter. So fucked up.
Yeah, it is. It's so fucked up that not one, but two people saw this as a better outlet than divorce.
Which, right. It's insanity.
Okay. Oh God. Poor both of them. Christine too, obviously, but Jesus.
Imagine how terrified she was. She woke up to
a
guy
stranger came in.
Cutting her pajamas off.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Okay. Don't worry. We're going to get here because Juliana is about to give a video confession.
Great.
So Juliana, pretending to be Christine, told him what to bring. She wanted it to be a violent role-play game / rape fantasy where he'll cut off her clothes with a knife. She'll act really scared. She'll try to run. She'll scream and resist, but it's all a part of the fantasy.
Gross.
It's very Michelle Hadley. I think my second ever episode to do Michelle Hadley's case.
Yep. I was thinking that.
Yeah. Where they're catfishing someone for a rape fantasy to attack this innocent person, but this time it actually worked.
Crazy.
It's insane. As part of the planning, Brendan even, according to Juliana, Brendan even installed very expensive new sound canceling windows on their house so neighbors wouldn't hear her scream.
God.
It's awful.
This is diabolical.
I know. Juliana said Brendan tested them by screaming from the primary bedroom while she stood outside. And she said it worked. I'm like, y'all are evil.
Yeah, for real.
So the day of the murder, here's what she said happened. Early that morning, Juliana and Brendan hid Christine's cell phone in the drawer in the living room so she couldn't call for help. It's just so cruel. Around 7:15 a.m., Brendan pretended to go to work, but was actually parked at a McDonald's about 5 minutes away, waiting for Juliana to call him to tell him that Joe was pulling up. Juliana was parked in the driveway with Valerie in the car to take her to the stage trip to the zoo, and she had the gun that Brendan gave her with her. It was never in the safe.
Okay. The Glock.
The Glock, yeah. I think Juliana did take a lap around the neighborhood or something, and like to pretend that she forgot the packed lunches or whatever.
Yeah.
And when she came back up, Joe was pulling up. So she called Christine's phone per Brendan's instructions. So there's record of it.
Mm-hmm.
Then she called Brendan, and Joe entered the house through the front door, and he found Christine upstairs in the bedroom. He recognized her from all the pictures that Juliana and Brendan sent him, and he began acting out what he thought was a consensual encounter that him and, air quotes, Christine mapped out. Brendan got home. He, Juliana, and Valerie then entered the house through the basement door.
Why?
Why you brought your child in is beyond me, but don't worry because child abuse charges to follow shortly.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Because it was February? Like, why?
No idea. I really don't.
It's
really
crazy.
Don't. It is insane. So they leave Valerie in the basement with her iPad. They give it to her. They turn it on for her. They set her up.
God.
And they go upstairs. But Brendan tells Juliana to wait before going to the second floor, which is, and it's in and of itself, is its own level of cruelty. The struggle must have already happened. This was about 10 minutes after Juliana called to say, Joe's here and he just went in the house.
Yeah.
Like, the struggle must have been happening. So the moment she woke up to a stranger cutting off her pajamas. So they're just standing at the bottom of the stairs listening for a second, listening to a terrified Christine scream. Juliana said they heard a lot of slapping and hitting, and that's when they go upstairs and acted surprised by this home invasion. Brendan drew his gun, entered the bedroom, and yelled police, and Juliana followed him. Joe was on top of Christine, and Christine yelled, Brendan, he has a knife. And Joe yelled for Brendan to drop the gun, not knowing it's her husband, and probably ready to explain this is a misunderstanding, it's consensual, but he never got to because Brendan immediately shot him in the head. According to Juliana, Christine was yelling something to the effect of like, why'd you shoot him in the head? Oh my God. Or like, oh my God, you got his head or something, and yelled at Brendan to call 911. To which Brendan turned to Juliana and told her to call 911. So she grabs her cell phone and does it, but she called too early. Oops. So after a few seconds, she hung up. So 911 records show an 8-second call was placed at 7:47 a.m. that morning. And the dispatcher answered, obviously, and Juliana doesn't say anything, but you can hear Joe Ryan moaning in the background.
Shut up.
And then the call ends.
Oh, they wanted him to be dead before they called 911.
Yeah. They wanted really.
Or both of them, really. Yeah. Oh my God.
Or at least Christine to be beyond help. It's just so fucked
up.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Juliana explains that away by saying she looked over at Brendan and Brendan was gesturing to her to get off the phone since it was clearly not done yet. It was too early. The dispatcher tried to call the number back and no one answered. Brendan then grabs the knife from Joe's hands, pins Christine down, and starts stabbing her neck.
That is awful.
I know. And this part's really sad. But it's part of Juliana's confession. So I feel like I need to tell y'all. She said Christine was telling him, let me go. I'm going to die anyway. I'm going to bleed to death. Leave me here. Just let me die.
Oh my God.
Like she can't even ask him why he's doing this. She just is begging for him to stop and let her go. And Brendan's yelling back at her that he can't stop. And he just keeps stabbing.
Psychopath.
So awful.
Oh,
it's just so like you want your wife dead for whatever reason. Why go about it the most gruesome, like first a violent rape fantasy.
Right.
Stabbing her in the neck. Like her Instagram is still active. And if nothing else, she was a wonderful doting mom to your daughter.
That makes me the most sick. And there's a 4-year-old downstairs.
There's a 4-year-old downstairs. Why do you want her to go in such a violent way? Like she even has a picture on her Instagram with Brendan and Valerie, and it says, my whole world in one picture. Like she loved you, you dick.
Right.
Or I hope she didn't. I hope Instagram was just Instagram and being whatever.
Sure.
She didn't love you and she hated you. And I hope she
was, hopefully was actually having an affair. But it wasn't with Joe.
It wasn't with Joe.
Sad. And it probably was with no one because she seems lovely.
Lovely. So that's when Brendan instructed Juliana to shoot Joe again since he was still moving.
That's a setup.
And here's what, it's just so, I'm like, why'd you do that? Federal agent? Why are you instructing a civilian to shoot
22-year-old?
A 22-year-old? We'll talk shit about that later too. But it's just so unrealistic, you idiot. And here's what evidence points to on what happened next. And this is based on, this is real sleuthy, but
oh my God.
This is based on a document that was shown by a local DC news station. Probably Top.
Was it Top?
Yeah.
It was Top. What Top tell us?
I don't remember, but for a split second, they show this document, which I, along with some Redditors, were able to pause and see a portion of one page.
Oh, here we go.
It's either a search warrant or a probable cause affidavit. So are you going to make fun of how I said that?
No.
Oh, okay.
What'd you say? Affidavit?
Affidavit.
Remember? Yeah. I know you've said it before where I'm like, David.
I know. Alpha
Yeah.
David. That's how
Alpha. Oh, you did say Alpha David. Oh gosh.
I still say it. I can't
cringe.
say it.
No, you did it good. Okay. You did it fine. Go ahead.
But it said, the Commonwealth's evidence will show that both Christine and Joe Ryan's body were moved and repositioned in the room. Ryan's knapsack was repacked with the items he brought to the house except for the knife. Instead, it was positioned on the floor a few feet from Joe and Christine's body. Joseph Ryan's arms were intentionally positioned across his body as if in a funeral pose. Just weird.
What?
And then smeared with Christine's blood. This finding specifically is confirmed by the actual smearing pattern present. So he took Christine's blood and wiped it on Joe's arms and hands. Which Juliana also confirms. Which is the dumbest, because that they're going to be able to tell almost immediately. Smeared blood isn't what happens when you're stabbing someone.
Yeah, no way.
So investigators are already like, why is her blood wiped and not splattered on him? So the document goes on to say, the location of a second gunshot wound, which entered Ryan's chest in a downward angle from 7 to 8 feet away, was found only after paramedics lifted his left arm to reveal the bullet's entry wound. That shot was delivered by the co-defendant, i.e. Juliana, and killed Joe Ryan immediately, exploding and pulpifying his heart.
Oh my God.
How awful is that?
Oh,
so sad.
That is awful.
It was after this moment they called 911 and put on the whole performance about walking into a home invasion. Mm-hmm. And that was a full 15 minutes after Juliana's first 911 call where she hung up.
That really did it in for her.
15 minutes window that they have to explain. Yeah.
The hell. And with the dispatcher being like, I called the number back. If it was that urgent, why the hell didn't you answer?
Right. So except for that little slip up, Juliana said the events played out almost to a T of how Brendan planned it. So on top of his aggravated murder charges, Brendan was slapped with felony child abuse and neglect charge and a felony child cruelty for involving his daughter by bringing her inside the house during this horrific murder. And he pleads not guilty to all charges. And his trial is this month.
Shut up.
Yeah, October 20th. We will get to see this asshole in court. And yes, of course, it will be televised. It'll be a 4-week trial. And here's what's kind of shocking, because I read all the, pre-trial hearings. I think the big question is going to be whether or not it was Christine messaging Joe on FetLife or not.
What? No, it wasn't.
Right. Based on what I've told you thus far, I'm like, duh, no, she wasn't. But in a pre-trial hearing from July 10th, Fairfax County Police Detective Brendan Miller, different Brendan, obviously, Brendan Miller, who is trained in digital forensics, pulled digital data from several devices used to access Christine's FetLife account. And he concluded that it was, in fact, the real Christine messaging Joe, not Brendan or Juliana.
How would it know that?
Well, we're going to see at trial, but I'm guessing maybe location, maybe they pinged it, maybe Brendan was like confirmed and immediate, like you never know, I don't know. Maybe that's what I'm eager for trial.
Yeah.
But this evidence was also peer reviewed by University of Alabama, and they also believe It was actually Christine messaging him.
Really?
So I'm really eager to hear what that evidence is at trial. Detective Miller also testified in this hearing that after he made this conclusion, his superior reassigned him off the case. So Brendan's defense used this testimony to argue that someone within Fairfax County PD concocted this catfish story or this catfish theory. I can't wait to hear more about this because I don't get what the motive would be. Like, doesn't this federal agent have big, scary friends who could easily go after Fairfax PD? Like, why would cops be after Brendan? Why would they want to set him up?
Right. And so is he saying, so Juliana's confession is a lie is what he's saying.
He's saying, no, she's lying because she got a sweet ass plea deal. She's about to walk free. She's almost done. She's been in there for almost 2 years now. And prosecutors asked for her sentencing to be after she testifies against Brendan. So her sentencing is scheduled for December, but with time served, she could have been out a year ago. They've just been waiting for this trial, but it got postponed because he got the child abuse charge tacked on. Like, she's going to be free for sure.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So she got a sweet ass deal. That's why he's saying that she's lying is what is the likely defense going to be. Okay.
Well, I cannot wait to hear the defense's argument for that now first 911 call and the smeared blood.
Well, that's what, okay. So they're also arguing that prosecution is withholding evidence that could exonerate Brendan. So again, very eager for this trial. Brendan's, again, likely defense is going to be that the cops are setting him up and Juliana's going along with it because of her sweet ass plea deal. They're going to knock Juliana's credibility. It was already presented in a hearing that her hyperventilating on the body cam footage is her trying to buy herself time to think of what to say next, which to me, I'm like, yeah, I know, because she's lying. She already said, yeah, she's lying about what happened. We already know that. She already said that.
She already confessed to that.
That actually only makes it more credible to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no, I know. She's
saying, look, she's putting on a performance. And she's like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm telling you.
By the way, a damn good one. She's quivering.
Oh, God.
It is like, and on this body cam footage, she asked to see Valerie and they take her to the cop car and Valerie runs and hugs her. I literally, it makes my blood boil.
Oh, no.
Like, get your hands off that fucking child.
Oh, my God. So he's saying the way they described it to the police really did play out. That was her account. But surely this forensic data analyst guy can see that whoever their expert's saying that it was Christine doing the messages, they can probably also very much see that it was actually Juliana on whatever devices she did it on. Right. So like what?
That's what we're gonna see all of that at trial. Okay, we can expect what?
Didn't you say when you were listing his charges 4 counts of murder?
Yeah, of aggravated murder.
Why 4?
I don't know. I don't get charges. Well, 4 charges related to aggravated murder, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe
it's 4.
I want to keep this in though because that sounds very. I thought you were going to be like we learned that he killed 2 other people.
Well, wait, hold on. Let me see how that works. Good question. In Virginia, 1 death can result in more than 1 aggravated murder count if prosecutors believe multiple aggravating factors apply.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Got it.
Being an attorney would be very hard.
Mad respect.
Or being a judge would be having to determine what this guy's charged with would be so hard.
Yeah. And that's like the most basic.
I know.
Okay. So in Virginia, they can have multiple charges for 1 murder based on aggravating factors.
That's
Felonies often could be like, and I'm not even reading this. This is just what I'm pretty sure is true. Felonies committed within felonies.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like if a murder happens when you've broken into someone's home, whatever.
Yeah. But it makes me wonder, like, let's tack on like misuse of a service weapon.
Yeah.
That's you did not need to shoot him.
That's what I was thinking was I bet there was something when he told her to get the Glock. I was like, no, but in this frantic state, not knowing he was responsible, you wouldn't think this, but it could be like, he's like, fuck, I just killed someone with my service weapon.
Yeah.
Go get the personal gun. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know what his intent was there. I'm very interested to see. That was one of the things I'm very interested in. Okay. Well, first of all,
Oh, okay. Sorry. Derailed.
Derailed for sure. Yeah, that is one of the two things I'm very interested in hearing his side of at his trial. He's been very tight-lipped.
He's not going to testify.
Well, he's not going to testify. His defense, well, whatever.
Yeah.
He was actually supposed to testify, or he did testify in a hearing for Juliana before he was arrested, and he exercised his Fifth Amendment to every question.
Yeah.
So he's tight-lipped. He's whatever. So I'm eager for that. Like, assuming he's going to stick to the original story, I want to hear his reasoning for telling Juliana to go get the second gun and shoot Joe Ryan. Because as a federal agent who has his service weapon, if not on him, definitely nearby, you're not going to put a 22-year-old au pair in that position. Or if you did instruct her to go get that second gun, you're grabbing it from her and you're telling her to get her ass downstairs and protect your child.
Right.
Go get Valerie out of the house is a more appropriate response than now point and shoot. Like,
right.
What?
No.
In hindsight, I think he probably wanted her involved in some way to make sure that she stays quiet should things go south.
Yeah.
But it's just such an unrealistic scenario. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Even if you were performing life-saving efforts on Christine, if that's what you're going to say, that's why you couldn't do it. You're more likely as, again, a federal agent to instruct Juliana to perform those life-saving measures than finish this guy off. Like,
right.
No, it's just beyond what protocol is for police officers. Come on. And then I'm very eager for,
or law enforcement, but yeah.
Law enforcement, right. I'm very eager to hear what he has to say during those 15 minutes in between the two 911 calls. I am so dying. What?
That's the most
What could
damning.
what could you possibly say?
Right. That's the most damning. Especially if they picked up. They have some of the recording. They can hear. So like, why is no one talking?
Well, that's the thing. That 911 starts recording when it's ringing. Hello, Murdoch murders. That's what that idiot didn't know either. But I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm eager to hear that. We'll hear it at the trial. We're going to see everything at the trial. It's going to be crazy. I guarantee for the first one I said, like, why did he instruct Juliana to shoot? I bet he's going to say, I didn't. I told her to get the gun, and before I could grab it, she shot or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. So 15 minutes thing is real.
That's insane. Wow. Damn it. I wish this trial already happened though.
I know. I'm sorry. It was supposed to happen in February, but then it got that child abuse tacked on and it got delayed. But it's just how batshit.
Who has the little girl? Do we know?
Grandparents.
Figured.
Yeah. I think actually his parents, but there was something in the news saying that her parents are trying to get custody, which.
Oh, that's going to just more.
I know.
Chaos for that poor, sweet little girl.
I know. But I mean, how batshit is that story? And
Insane.
I can't believe it's not like.
Why didn't I know that one?
I know. I can't believe it's not everywhere. And I'm sorry that the trial hasn't happened yet. That's when all the details are going to come out, and we're going to cover it. We'll cover every step of the way. It's supposed to be 4 weeks.
So. Oh, okay. That's soon.
4 weeks. Yeah, October 20th. 4-week trial is what
I know, but I'm saying that it's starting soon.
Yeah, that's my story.
Okay, I got it.
It's a sad one.
Very sad. Very
I will
sad.
be shocked if like evidence presents that Christine was actually talking to Joe.
But even if she was, honestly, I'm like, okay. I mean,
I know.
an affair, salacious, that's shocking, but it's not, no. There's too much circumstantial the other way.
I know.
But maybe they have, I mean, obviously there's stuff we don't know. Without the trial, it's so hard to speculate. So let's just stop it.
Yeah, maybe I'll have my tail between my legs. I don't see that happening because let's be honest. I don't know. It was all him. But, that would be real shocking. So we're going to cover it probably via Instagram.
Just socials. Talking and stuff.
Yeah. There's going to be ring footage from the neighbors to see they'll show Joe Ryan walking in. It'll show Brendan pull up. We'll see how big of a rush she's in. Let's see.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy.
She definitely had to do at least a lap.
Yeah.
she couldn't, if she's just sitting there in the ring footage, that would be insane. But
I know that's
there's
the
no
only
way.
reason why I say she must have done a lap, or I think she did a lap.
She
because
drove off for
the
sure.
ring footage is brought up in a few sources. They would have definitely said she's sitting there. Yeah, so it's insane. It's called, everyone's calling this the au pair murder. But I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
Well, let's loop him in a little bit if it's true.
For sure. So it'll be interesting. And the fact that she's about to walk free. Oh, well, another thing we know about trial, Valerie's interview with Carla Claudio Silva, a senior forensic interviewer with Safe Spot Children's Advocacy Group or Advocacy Center, will not be admissible.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't think she's not gonna be a witness to this. Thank God.
Oh, well, yeah. God.
Well, they in Court TV, they asked if she could be a witness, and one of the attorneys like, oh yeah. I mean,
I'm sure she could, but I think anyone with a heart and brain would be like, we're not going to put at this point 6-year-old up on the stand. So.
Right? No, absolutely not. But apparently, her interview which was done right after the murders was without her guardian's consent, which would have been her grandparents. So that's being thrown out.
Oh, okay. So they're not even going to show the recording.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, wow.
Custom shout out from Keisha. I want to shout out my amazing boyfriend, Brady, who is starting his first year of pro hockey in Sweden. Hey,
oh, that's cool.
We are so proud of you, and we are cheering you on from home, Canada.
Oh my God.
That is awesome. Cool. I love you, and thank you for always listening to this great podcast with me, even while we're over 6,000 kilometers apart.
Oh, I love that. Thank you.
Thank you, Brady and Keisha. You're awesome. And good luck. And you're going to kill hockey, so you're going to kill it. That's awesome.
You do great.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you. Both of you.
Mm-hmm.
You have great taste in podcasts.
For real.
Patrons. Ashley, Elizabeth, Rachel, Lane, Elizabeth, Shonda, Aaron, Abigail, Morgan, Whitney, Dusty, Patricia, Polly. I love when people do it phonetically for me. Keita, Emma, Valerie, SL, Carla, Taya, Kimber, Lexi, Val, Morgan, and Laura.
Oh my God. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, everyone, for joining.
You are the best.
People are the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.